This is week 1 of our shaping term, and we're going to start with the warm-up exercises, which are with the sliders, and then going right into our shaping, which is hollow and round. So we will start by doing the sliders back and forth like you're running in place. Get a good cardio, bend your elbows at 90 degrees like you're running. Now do it with bent legs. That's right. And now do straddle opens, small, and then travel to the right a little bit, and then travel to the left. Very good. And then come back to the center. And now we're going to go ahead and slide into a hollow shape. So put your hands on the floor and slide your feet back and create a hollow shape. Now make sure that as you're teaching hollow shape that you teach them to have a nice turtle back and nice tight flat hips. And you can start just with holds in this shape, and then you can start with double leg tuck-ins. Pull your legs in, try to keep the hips at the same height as the shoulders, knees together, and then you can do some with knees apart where they can actually be working a little bit more of the inner and outer thighs. And then hold that position nice and tight. And then we'll let go of the sliders and we'll do some hollow position holds. So they'll lay on their back. And just to review what the hollow shape is, trying to get them to put their hands as close to their thighs, pressing their low back into the floor. That's the shape, that's the lesson for the week. Feet and shoulders should be the same height, and then they can rock back and forth. And the more things that you do with their legs and arms, the less they realize how long they're holding the shape. Then they can open and close their legs in small straddles, open, close, and then they can do little twiddles. Yes. And then they can put their arms at horizontal, and then arms overhead, and then have them roll over to their stomach and make a plank position, which also teaches them how to roll in a hollow shape. And then in the planks, they can rock back and forth, trying to get the shoulders in front of the elbows. And then they can do some leg lifts, small leg lifts, trying to keep the hips square. Can do them pointed and flexed so they feel the difference in the shapes. It'll be more hamstring if it's flexed. Hold the shape. Again, make sure in just the solid shape that they've got that nice turtle back. Make your heads neutral so you're also working the neck. Really, really tight hips. And then they can actually do some running in place where they pull their knees in and out like they're sprinting in place. Very good. And then hold. Very nice. Now you can take this over to the trampoline. And some of the hollow shapes that you can do are the bouncing down the track in a push-up position. For some kids, they may just need to walk. So we'll get in a push-up, and I'll first have Talon just walk down the trampoline. Correct. That's right, trying to stay in a straight line, keeping that turtle back, keep the hips flat, keep the head neutral. And I'll go ahead and you can bounce, Kinsey. That's right, and there's that nice hollow shape. Now girls, lay on your backs and just rock back and forth in the hollow shape. Hands are at your thighs. Now I'm going to have them roll over but put their arms over their head and make a hollow shape on their stomach. And then roll back to a hollow hold. Drop your arms to your thighs and rock back and forth. And roll over. And someday, hopefully, that'll turn into some actual twisting. All right, girls, come on over here. And we're going to do some jump to candles. These are great for hollow positions. Jump and turn upside down. Feet up a little bit higher. Try to get those feet all the way up to the ceiling and land as much on your shoulders as possible. This is really good for shaping. It uses the stomach, the hamstrings, the hip flexors. All right, now let's go over to beam. In beam, you can do the push-up position. Just hold the shape. And then you can actually have them walk forward and walk backward. All of this, of course, will strengthen the core. Now have them sit on the beam, straddle, roll back and lay on your stomach. And now they can actually hold a hollow shape just laying on the beam. Very good. Now lay down and put your arms over your head. And then come back and make the shape. And go back over your head. And then make the shape. And then you can have them come down on the end of a beam, and they can hold the end of a beam and try to make a candle shape. Use the base of the beam and lift your hips up. And let them drive their heels down as best they can, and then come right back up. Just trying again to create that hollow shape. All right, girls, let's come over to bars. Hang on the high bar. Little kids can hang on the low bar, but their feet are going to not need to touch the floor to do this. We're just going to work on the hanging shape, which eventually will turn into a tap swing. So you start and you hang straight and make a straight line. Then you have them feel their chest go in and their feet go slightly in front of them, and then go back to straight line.